Kia ora and welcome to a new video from NZ Pocket Guide. Today, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the cell phone networks in New Zealand so you can get prepared for your trip. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that I want to address is the cell phone tower network in New Zealand. Although there are a lot of cell phone operators in New Zealand, the list goes on and on and on, there are only 3 networks that actually have towers around the country. And those networks are Spark, Vodafone and 2 Degrees. Now, you are probably going to be traveling all around New Zealand and not stick to one city or another when traveling. So you will need a network that actually offers good coverage everywhere in the country, and that can vary a lot by area. But as a rule of thumb, the network that has the best and widest coverage around the country is Spark. And this is not a sponsored video, it is just really what we have witnessed after traveling for more than a decade around New Zealand. Okay, so you may be thinking that roaming is a good option for you, so you don't have to hustle around and trying to get yourself a new SIM card and set up a new phone. However, roaming can get quite expensive. We have had some people reporting that their roaming bill was over 100 New Zealand dollars for only 1 week. So you may want to check out the different SIM cards that are available in both local supermarkets as well as at the airport. Getting yourself a local SIM may be a really good idea, so you'll be able to save some money and be able to contact operators to book and rebook your tours easily. It's also a good idea to have your own SIM card if you are hoping to be called back for some tours, confirmations or anything like that, because operators are not likely to call on international numbers. It's not really a custom here in New Zealand. Alright, the next thing that you need to keep in mind, is that if you're planning to get yourself a SIM card here in New Zealand, you need to get your phone unlocked. Plus, you need to check which technology your phone is using. In New Zealand, we are using the GSM technology. For example, in the US, they use the CMDA technology. So make sure that your phone is able to use the GSM technology, and for that matter, all different kind of technology. It will be really helpful in being able to travel around the world. As a side note, most premium phones are able to work on both, so you should be sorted if you do have an iPhone or one of those latest Samsungs. Alright, so if you're getting yourself a SIM card here in New Zealand, prepay plans, yes, I said it correctly, are the way to go. Prepay plans are plans that you are able to buy vouchers for at the supermarket when you buy your SIM card and load it onto your credit. Then you'll be able to spend credit as you go. So when doing that, you'll be able to either spend credit every single time you call and you will be charged a certain amount per minute or per text, or you'll be able to buy a plan, and this is when you'll be able to save a lot of money. For example, I am with a network called Skinny, which runs on the Spark Tower network, and for $16 I have unlimited call and text in New Zealand, and I have 1.5 gigabytes of data, which is quite handy, and it's plenty enough to be spent throughout a month. Prepay plans usually last between 2 weeks and a month. Make sure that you look what's on offer. Alright, the next tip is going to be a very quick one. The emergency number in New Zealand is 111. If you are in a dire situation and need some help, make sure that you dial 111 and you'll be talking to an operator quickly and be redirected to the right person. Finally, let's talk about the Wi-Fi. You may be thinking that when traveling in New Zealand, you'll be able to solely rely on Wi-Fi in order to connect to the internet. And although we do have extensive Wi-Fi networks around the country, it's just so-so. So here are some of my favorites and the best Wi-Fi network that I've found in the country. First up, we have the Te Papa Museum located in Wellington. It's an amazing museum in itself, but the Wi-Fi network over there is free and really good. Second, in the city centre of Auckland, there is an area called Britomart where the Wi-Fi is really good as well. Finally, in many coffee shops where you'll be able to buy yourself a nice New Zealand coffee, and you'll see they're different than elsewhere in the world, they're pretty good. You also will be able to get yourself some good, decent Wi-Fi. Alright, so that's everything for me. I hope that you did find it useful, and there is much more information for you on nzpocketguide.com, so make sure to check it out. And the whole team is joining me in wishing you the best time ever in New Zealand.